Collective, it's Intuitive Pisces Moon, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. I was called to do a Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine reading today. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the Divine Masculine. So we're going to tap into the energies around what they're going through, whether this is someone that you're aware of, out of connection with, or not aware of. We're going to go ahead and see what's going on with them at this time. So if that sounds good to you, we're going to jump right in. I hope you are all having a wonderful day. All right, so we're going to get some Archangel Michael advice. We're also going to be looking at the Energy Oracle. So Spirit, please tell me about the Divine Masculines out there. And right away we have the Angel of Love. So it feels like they have a feminine on their mind. All right. We have all tied up in hostilities. So what this is immediately telling me, and I think I'm going to get one more. Yep, I'm called to pull one more, is that their heart is in one place, but their physical reality may feel like it's not aligning with that. They may be tied up in some sort of contract, or this could be perceived trappedness or stuckness, okay? It doesn't necessarily mean that that's what they are, but they perceive that they are. Bottom of the deck, we have anxiety. All right, so let's discuss this before we pull more cards. There's definitely a Divine Feminine on their mind here, okay? And depending on who's listening, who's watching, if I have a Divine Feminine who's listening and watching, this is likely you who has showed up in their life at some point, and you are now being shown to them as the Angel of Love. Now, they may have gotten themselves into something else, okay? And this feels like something karmic. What I'm getting with this is that there was likely some unfinished business that was like a karmic cycle that needed to be completed. And with the hostilities card, I'm getting this a couple ways. Firstly, what this feels like is someone may sense that you are on their energy and reminding them of some contract that they are involved in, and potentially even, again, putting up a fight. Like, you can't leave, you still have something unfinished here. So the interesting thing is I was called to pull an additional card, and we have adjacent possibilities. And it feels like this person is starting to see all these other doors opening for them that they were not able to see before. Before, it felt like they were just really stuck and trapped in something. All right? And what I'm getting is they are also trying to fight their way out of it. The image that they just showed me was this warrior here with this sword trying to cut the ropes, right? Like, I'm trying to free myself of whatever these binding contracts are. And then we do have anxiety at the bottom. So they may be all up in their head about something. Maybe they don't see this as being easy. And again, it's likely not going to be easy for them, but it is something that they now have at the forefront of their mind as what they need to do with their life right now. They're tired of feeling stuck. They're tired of feeling trapped. They don't want to be here anymore. They're looking for all these other open doors that they can potentially move through while freeing themselves from whatever this is that's been holding them back in the past. All right. Whatever this was just giving them major anxiety. Okay. They were not happy in that situation. They really strongly feel that they need to go. All right. And oddly enough, I'm going to go underneath that. We have Deceit in reverse, and then Healer of the Ages. So it feels like something has just recently come through for them that has changed and altered their mindset about something. So I don't know if this was an epiphany that came through. Something else could have just occurred, like a major life event, okay? that really had them have a big understanding about something. And again, I am getting that it is tied to the divine feminine, okay? Like, who holds my heart? That's what I'm getting here. Whatever this other situation was, didn't feel like it was heart-centered, okay? All right, let's jump into the tarot. Let's see what else is going on for our beautiful divine masculines out there at this time. Thank you. Okay, we have two here. We have the Two of Wands and the Six of Swords. So absolutely, what this is showing me is that they have found themselves at a crossroads in their life. Whereas before it felt like they didn't have a choice, but they are now seeing that there is a choice. And they're choosing to get away from something that is not serving them anymore. So it's interesting because I've always looked at this card as, you know, again, getting away from something, moving ahead into better things, but reading the word on the card, it actually says accepting lessons, and that popped out at me as to what this is here for this masculine. It feels like, again, whatever this sudden realization that they've just had was a completing of a karmic cycle, like a lesson that they've finally learned, okay? So I don't know what this is for all the masculines out there, but it definitely feels like something regarding a contract and feeling stuck, trapped. Again, this could have been a marriage. This could have been some sort of thing they signed. I'm feeling like, they just said in his blood. So in masculine's blood. So I don't know what that's going to mean for everybody out there, but that's just what came to me. I don't know what kind of contracts they're signing out there. You can do the math. Let's keep going. We have the Temperance card. Beautiful. So another angel energy. So this is also Sagittarius here. So their angel of love may be a Sagittarius, the feminine here. This could also just be in general angelic support, finding their balance, their patience, their tranquility as they're moving forward. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. So this can allude to a few things. Having it next to the Balance card could mean if this was a Sagittarius feminine over here, they were left out in the cold. And this masculine or this feminine, maybe both or one or the other, felt abandoned by the other. All right. So this person, with what suddenly happened for them, and I say for them, not to them, was they may have just had a loss of money in some way, whether this is unemployment, some sort of hardship, adversity, struggle, and this was part of the lesson that they had to learn to, again, gain that understanding that they did have a choice, all right? Now, the Four of Cups here, I want to get some clarity on the Four of Cups. Give me one more card to go with this spread, please. Thank you. The Five of Wands. All right. The Five of Wands. A lot of fives here. So I'm picking up on change. Even struggle, battle, conflict. And again, that does go along with the hostilities card here. So there was something that led them to feel that they had to fight for something. And I don't know if the fight was in pertaining to what they had, like fighting to keep something, and it ended up leaving them without, or if they fought for the wrong thing, because that's also what I'm picking up here. They fought for the wrong thing. Like they now realize what they should have fought for, which was this feminine. There's also arguments, again, coming up with the hostilities and the Five of Wands. So there's definitely something here that they're struggling with, but it's getting them through something significant as well. So even though it's a struggle, like they're on the struggle bus, they are moving away from it, and they are going to make this choice here to get away from whatever this situation is, because it has led them to loss and hardship and struggle, and they don't want to be in that energy anymore. Even boredom. I mean, they may have just been over here acting like things were gravy, and they were bored out of their mind. Just felt very disconnected. If this was a relationship, again, I did say that it was not based on love. I can see that very clearly. There was a lot of fighting, a lot of arguing and conflict. And now that they are going through this, whatever this is, love seems to be what's leading them away from it, because they're looking for something different, something better, something that's going to be more peaceful, and leaving behind whatever it is that's not serving them. Okay, I want to get a few other cards here. So this is my angel prayer cards, and I just want to see what kind of support that we have for the divine masculines out there right now. Thank you. Move your body. Thank you, angels, for motivating me to move my body and energy. So again, a move is indicated here. So this is what I was getting with the tied up, and now this feels like this freedom. Okay, so whatever masculine was stuck in, or again, this was more not a literal stuckness, it was either self-imposed or like an illusion. Like the illusion was that they were stuck in something. But what I'm getting with that is that it was more that they had to play something out. Okay, so this felt like a karmic lesson that just needed to run its course. And it feels like they are in the midst now of determining where to go next, letting their hearts lead, and are freeing themselves from whatever this trapped, stuck feeling was. What else do we have, please, for our masculines out there? Thank you. Loved one in heaven. Thank you, loved one in heaven, for drawing close at this time. So they may have just received some sort of guidance from a passed on loved one that helped them to see what was going on. Like maybe they showed up with this sudden epiphany for them of like, look, man, what are you doing with your life? Is this where you wanted to be? You know, that kind of thing. And I'm getting that this is not a typical experience that this masculine would go through, and so it kind of shook them a little bit. Like, whoa, what was that? All right, what else do we have? Manifesting miracles. We have Archangel Orion. Thank you, Orion, for manifesting your miracles in my world. So definitely masculines have angelic support right now to help them get free of whatever this is, okay? Again, on the struggle bus, spirit and the angelic support out there didn't want to see them struggle anymore. They kind of like intervened and said, look, there's more to life than this. And here, I'm going to show you some other options. And this is also putting them in this place of reminding them of this angel of love, right? This divine feminine's energy here. So whether they've met this divine feminine or not, there's something coming through that they are now feeling this energy of this divine feminine, and it is helping to lead them out of the situation and towards her, or towards just a better life. Okay, we also have count your blessings. Thank you, universe and angels, for the blessings in my life. So this person may have been pessimistic, you know, always thinking about the terrible things and what don't I have and that sort of thing. Kind of, again, this is the Five of Pentacles, is a lack mentality. And so something has recently come through with this support that's enlightened them to all the things that you do have, right? Bottom of the deck here, we have Archangel Raguel. This is peace and harmony. Thank you, Raguel, for surrounding my life in a harmonious light. So it definitely feel like the phrase that just came to me was touched by an angel. This person may have just experienced something that was very etheric, that was spiritual, that this person has not had in their life before, and I'm trying to figure out how to describe the feeling. Masculine went through something that was very different from what they had experienced in the past. And like I said, it woke them up. It was kind of like being shaken awake out of a dead sleep. That's what this felt like to this masculine. Like, look, man, you're on the struggle bus. How long are you going to continue to struggle? There's so much more out there to life, and you are perfectly able, capable, willing to make a different choice for yourself, and all you have to do is free yourself from this, and we're going to help you. We're going to send some earth angels, some guardian angels, some archangels into your life, and we're going to assist you to get off this struggle bus, because this is not where your path was meant to go. So if you have completed these karmic lessons and are ready to move out of here, we're going to help you. We're going to help you get out of here. So let's grab another deck and see what else we can get here for the divine masculines out there. Alright, I was called to grab the Moonology deck, so give me some more information. Maybe around timing. What's the timing around when they're going to be handling this? The end of a tough cycle approaches, the full moon in Capricorn. Okay, now, we just had a full moon in Capricorn, so it feels like that full moon was very powerful for these divine masculines. It felt like something came through for them that was very different than any other full moon or new moon or anything that has ever come through for them. It enlightened them to something. And again, it was the end of a tough cycle. All right. So let's see what else we have here. Anything else? Okay. So I'm shuffling this deck and this card was in with this. I've actually heard other readers say that this happened to them, and I'm sitting here laughing going, haha, that's never happened to me. Here we go. We have to read it now. So it is Star Bathing, Light Body, Crystal Grid, Transmission, and Activation. This is what happened on this full moon. This full moon enlightened and activated something within them. And again, transmission. Their light body was now brought to their attention, is the best way that I can put it. Okay? It was not something that they had noticed before. They had not attuned to, tapped into, and now all of a sudden it's like very evident to them what they must do. So it's very interesting again that this card was in with this deck, because I don't know how that happened, but it came through for a reason, and I go with the flow on stuff like that. So let's keep going. All right, we have South Node. Don't let the past hold you back. That might have been what was making them feel tied up here. All right, it feels like they wanted to get out of this South Node energy and head towards their Dharma, their North Node energy, right? What is my purpose in life? I'm tired of reliving the same cycle over and over again, so I need to jump out of this loop and to go forward and keep going. Okay, what else do we have, please? Thank you. Look at that, North Node. Step out of your comfort zone. How ironic. Not ironic, it's a synchronicity. We don't do irony here. That's just not a thing. So whatever this was that this masculine just went through with this full moon, they ended a tough cycle. And it felt like they were just tired of looping in a circle. And I even just heard the term tired of their own shit. Maybe they were just tired of their own shit. I don't know if they had a good hard look in the mirror and decided this is not who I want to be, this is not how I choose to be, and just in that instant decided to change, like totally change trajectories. Again, looking out on the horizon with this Two of Wands and going, what else is out there? Because this ain't it. All right. Let's see if we can get any more here. What else? What else for my beautiful divine masculines? Thank you. A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. So I don't know when the new moon in Libra is going to be. But Libra season is in September and October, so that could be an indication for when they might be ready to come forward. Okay, that's just in a few months here. When the actual new moon in Libra is, I'm actually going to pause and look that up because I'm curious. Alright, so I just went and checked it out, and it's looking like it is the end of October. So same kind of time frame. I believe it showed October 25th. So as far as anyone who's looking for a time frame as to when this new romantic cycle might begin, it's looking like when the new moon in Libra occurs and or in Libra season, which they sort of overlap a little bit. So end of September to the end of October. All right. So that's what we're looking at here. Divine masculines are definitely like doing a complete 180 because something just activated within them, and they are now fully focused on divine feminine and working on freeing the ties that bind, and that's what they're showing me here. They're going to use the sword that they have, and they're going to free themselves from whatever muck they're stuck in. Okay, they now see more doors of opportunity that are available to them, and they are definitely looking out and wanting to free themselves to choose this new path. So good job, divine masculines. I am here for it. I'm so glad that you are finding your way. I want to thank you all. Each and every one of you are beautiful souls. Keep going on your journey. And remember to fill your own cup up with love before you fill someone else's. Go within so you never go without. And keep in mind that I'm a beacon of light, here to help guide you through the darkness. I wish each and every one of you a happy, full life, full of health, wealth, abundance, and so much love. So much love. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.